I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the Ultimate Fighter Jet now on Workshop, and I'm going to show you guys basically everything you need to know to enter it and, you know, use the thing. So right here, you have the cockpit button on the outside, which I just clicked right there. It's that little button right there. And then you'll notice we will start rotating, which is just a Stormworks issue. A new DLC did come out, so they'll probably fix that here. But to actually start this thing, you're going to want to go ahead and turn on systems first, which activates your radar, and then you can turn on your engines 1 and 2 or 2 and 1, sure. And then right here's your throttle. So you're going to want to put that on full for takeoff here. I think we might have a wing strike. We definitely will. So instead of going on full throttle, we're going to go ahead and click number 2 and activate landing gear steering, so we don't or so we can actually like steer out of the hangar here once our engines start driving us. There we go. And then we're going to be turning our plane right here to dodge the hangar. So yep, we do have landing gear steering if you click the number 2 button, which is pretty cool. Let's try to have it drive in a straight line here. Okay, and then I'll disable number 2 and then full throttle for takeoff. Here we go. Clear for takeoff, and we are in the air just like that. But once you're in the air, you're going to want to immediately put your landing gear up because it will actually break, and it will do that sometimes, but don't worry, that's normally happens. Now that we're in the air, I'm going to show you guys how to use like the weapons. So we have 3 pylons on each side, or actually 3 pylons on the right side, 2 on the left, just because of that big Autoc Cannon that kind of got rid of the one on the left. But you know what, that's fine. So if we click space here, it'll activate our main Autoc Cannon, and yes, it comes with its own ammo, so it's a very small amount of ammo, so it can run without infinite ammo just for a little bit, and I think we've just run out. Yeah, it's not really that long, but if you want a constant amount of ammo, you're going to want to go ahead and turn on infinite ammo, which is just a very simple little mod right there. And the gun actually just broke itself because of a turn. Yeah, so don't use guns on a turn, same with dropping missiles or anything. It can be very dangerous. But now I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually drop our missiles here. So if we go to our missile stuff right here, we have anti-ship missiles, which guys, they are currently broken. All rocket boosters or something's currently going on. So if we go ahead and launch a ship missile, it'll just drop it, but it won't actually activate the rocket booster. So something's definitely wrong with that. Same with the ejection seat. Like the ejection seat doesn't even work anymore, which is kind of disappointing, but you know, that's just what it has to do for now. So anti-ship missiles do not work currently. They might work in the future, probably. And then next up, we have our 50-pound small bombs. So we have 2 of those. They are on the outside of the wing. That is important to know. Just, you know, if you're bombing something, you got to line it up with the wing instead of the center. All right, so what should we bomb? I think we're going to bomb that little area right there. And then once we bomb it, you're going to want to click the 50-pound small bomb button twice or once. You can drop 1 or 2. So that's completely your decision. Just for this example, we're going to be dropping 1. So let's go ahead, just get straight above it and drop a 50-pound bomb right there, and it should get a direct hit. Here we go, and we overshot a little bit, but yeah, that's what a 50-pound bomb does. And then we can drop another one here. How about we just drop it in this random field right here? So let's drop a random 50-pound bomb on Mother Nature. There you go. You're welcome. And then guys, we have our 500-pound bomb, which probably isn't 500 pounds. I'd say it's about like 250 or something, but yeah, it's much larger than the other ones, I can say. We're gonna go ahead and drop this on the hangar. So 500-pound bomb is that button right there, and 3 2 1 drop it, and there the 500-pound goes. We've overshot it, but look at that explosion. That'll destroy like any vehicle, so you're gonna want to be careful with that one. And then let's see, I'm gonna show you guys how to land this thing. So let's go ahead and deploy our landing gear, which is right here, and then slow down. You don't want to be going too fast with the landing gear deployed, but when you do throttle your engine down, the engine will completely turn off, which will point the nose down. So be prepared to start pulling up because this thing has some weight imbalancing issues, but that's fine. That's fine. And then if you look to the left side of your screen on the bottom, you will see basically all the controls we have. So 3 is landing brakes, so we're gonna want to turn that on if we're landing. And then 4 is actually brakes itself. That'll completely lock up the brakes, so you don't want to do that unless you're like at a complete stop, or unless you're trying to do like a stoppie. But let's see what's going on here. We're gonna try landing on this runway, so let's go ahead and go in first person here. You can use up and down as your throttle, so pretty easy. All right, coming in for landing, let's go ahead and try throttling it down, and we have landed. Perfect. We're doing a little bit of a stoppie, but that's completely fine. We have perfectly landed. That's actually really good. And now that we have landed, we can turn off those brakes and then start this thing back up here. And then if you want to, you can activate the park brake, which is number 4, and it'll completely lock those brakes up and try stopping the engine thrust, but it won't do that well. But there is something the person in the back can do, so let me go ahead and show you that. We're going to open both canopies. I just really like how this works. And we go ahead and jump in the back one. We can activate our systems for back here. We have our radio controller. So this is the little radio that we can control, communicate with other fighter jets, up the frequency with this one, down with this one. You can see the frequency right there. I don't think you can go any higher than a certain number here. I think it's like, I don't know, some number. And then we can talk, receive. We actually get some beeps whenever we are talking or receiving, so pretty cool. And then this thing is fitted with auto chaff, which you can enable from up here. It's automatically enabled, so you're gonna want to keep it on unless you're trying to like test how this thing deals with a missile, which you can do that. So right here's our auto chaff button. You're gonna want to turn that off if you're trying to do that. Turn it on. I would recommend having it on to dodge missiles. And then right here we have our radar lock warning, which tells us if we are getting detected. And let's see, fuel, which is our big fuel tank back here. It's somewhere over there. It's near the wings. Next one is our altitude, which is 20. We're like 20-ish meters above the water currently. Radar lock, so if someone's detecting us, more of like a missile. Speed in miles per hour. I don't really know how to use any other system for that, so miles per hour definitely works, but this thing actually goes pretty quick in miles an hour, so that's awesome. And then we have our handy dandy radar down here, which we can click to get to 5,000 meters of range, which we are detecting something back there. I don't know what that is. It might be like a bomb or a missile, who knows. But this thing is super maneuverable. Let's go and put our landing gear up because we're about to do some crazy stuff here. So this thing is really good. Unfortunately, like I said, the eject does not work yet. It did work in the last videos, as you saw when we like actually added it, but Stormworks came out with a huge space update, which I very like, and you know, it messed some stuff up, which is fine because it's a sandbox game. Not everything's gonna go perfect on an update, but this thing does guzzle up fuel on full throttle, so I don't know if you want it to be on full throttle like the entire time, but you can clear a decent amount of distance with it. I don't know if you can get to the Arctic, but someone should let me know in the comments if you get there. And then if for some reason you need to activate manual chaff, you can click number 1 and it'll manually launch one piece of chaff. You can spam it down the line and it'll run down the line of chaff right there if you look, so it'll just launch those out, and that should counter a missile if you have it off, so you can just manually launch it if you feel like it, which, you know, some people may like. I mean, I personally don't want to be clicking number 1 while a missile is currently chasing me. Same with probably a fighter jet or some sort, but yeah, I really like this plane. It's super maneuverable. It'll definitely win a whole bunch of dogfights, especially with this main gun that's currently broken, which I can't fire, unfortunately, but this thing's like roll control is super good. Look at that little village down there. This is super cool. I like this industrial map. And then also on this instrument panel right here, you have a pitch stabilizer, which kind of tries to stabilize your pitch, and then a roll stabilizer, which stabilizes your roll, which works pretty well. You have this altitude hold here, which doesn't work like at all, so never activate that button unless you're trying to crash into the ocean. So yeah, but this plane's super good since it can like run through all the valleys. It has really good pitch, up and down turning, a whole bunch of good stuff to it. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what eject does when it's broken. Okay, so normally it should launch you out of the plane, launch a parachute, and do a bunch of cool stuff. Now when I click number 6 here, so I'm gonna click number 6, 3, 2, 1, it launches them open and it detaches the seat, but the rocket boosters do not work. So something's definitely broken in that regard, which is quite unfortunate, but you know, that's just what happens. And that's our parachute trying to slow down the plane. Okay, you know, shut it down here, but I completely shut down the throttle, so we're definitely gonna crash here. I mean, I guess since the canopy's open, you could get out if you really wanted to, or add a parachute in there. That might be a pretty clever idea, but there it goes. That's actually going really fast. But guys, that's probably gonna be it for this video. Let me know if we should actually add anything to this fighter jet. There's not really a whole lot of things I really have planned for, but let me know in the comments. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, hit that bell, join the Discord, link is in the description. But thanks for watching, and goodbye.